We have 3 games of our league season left today, guys. We've got Dorking, Braintree and Tunbridge left in order to determine if we win this league title or if we go into the playoffs. Let's get this title won. So guys, here we are then with our final 3 games of the league season where we can possibly clinch the Vanarama National League South. I've got the league table up on the screen first of all over here just to remind you how we are doing in terms of points. We're currently sitting on 85, there's then Chelmsford on 81 and then Hemel Hempstead on 78. So if we entirely screw it up, and Chelmsford do as well, Hemel Hempstead can still clinch the title. They're 7 points off with 9 available. You've then got Chelmsford on 81 who are 4 points behind us, and then obviously ourselves in first position. If we win all 3 games, we will win the league. If we drop points against either of our 3 opponents, there's a very good chance Chelmsford can overtake us. We need to drop points on 2 occasions though in order to give Chelmsford a chance. As long as we win 2 of the 3 games, we will win the league. So hopefully we can get a nice early win under our belts against Dorking here. I'll just take you into the tactics for the match. So we've had to make a couple of small tweaks to the team. I've had to bring Saidu Khan out of the squad, unfortunately. He's managed to do his hamstring in. He's got a hamstring strain for 4 to 8 weeks possibly. So he's going to miss the rest of the season and won't be back until next season essentially. So even if we go to playoffs, we won't be seeing him again. So I've brought Sam Corn into the midfield. We're going to play Andre as the more advanced playmaker this time around. I also decided to bring Ibi Akambi in. After his brilliant performance last episode, I can't really not start him after he scored a hat-trick. So I'm going to give him the first 45 minutes. If it isn't working, we either go 2 up top or I'll take him off for Jamie. I did try to offer him a new contract. He wasn't accepting anything at the moment. So I'm going to keep trying to see if I'm persuaded to see if I can give him one. I kind of feel he needs one after that hat-trick. But even so, we'll see if we can get one for him. But let's get into the game then against Dorking and see how we do. So if we submit our team, guys, we'll see how Dorking line up against us in our first of these 3 matches today. So they're going with a 4-2-3-1, so they're going to try and probably keep some possession against us here. Let's get into the dressing room now. Say we should be winning this one fairly comfortably, and the lads generally agree with what I'm saying here, which is good. Okay, so here we are. We're going in with our amber and black. Dorking in a pretty horrendous looking blue and green number there. That looks a horrible kit. So we're at home. We've got Chelmsford have got Oxford City, who we played last episode. I don't know who Hemel Hempstead have got at the moment. I'll have a look when it gets out of this highlight here. But an early highlight in the game. Looks like it might be Dorking coming forward. We do need to be careful because although we have got the 4-point gap, we could easily throw it away. Of course, with the likes of Weymouth and other teams like that, we have managed to drop points. And although we have beaten Dorking previously, our last game of the season is Tunbridge, and Tunbridge we've already dropped points against this season, so I'm not confident there. Oh, Kinsella unlucky there. But I'm not confident with the Tunbridge game, to be totally honest. The Braintree game afterwards, we beat Braintree comfortably, and we comfortably beat Dorking previously. So hopefully we get the 2 wins early on and not have to worry about the Tunbridge game. But we'll have to see. Oh, Kinsella, really unlucky. He's just hit the bar right then. Really unlucky from the lad. So Hemel Hempstead. Oh, didn't get to see Hemel Hempstead playing. I'll have a look after the highlight again. Hopefully we'll actually be able to see this time. Hopefully they've got quite a tough opponent. It'll be good to just rule Hemel Hempstead out of the fight nice and early. But obviously if we lose or draw, then it keeps Hemel Hempstead in the hunt as well, providing they win. I think if they draw and we lose, it keeps them in the hunt very, very slightly. But it's very unlikely because it'll be 6 points and we've got a much better goal difference than Hemel Hempstead. The real threat is Chelmsford. Unlucky from Dan Wishart there. Wasn't a bad effort. Hemel Hempstead are away at St Albans. So St Albans aren't brilliant. They're in 13th. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in. Kinsella's nearly won it. Is he going to get it off Dorking player? No, he's not going to get it off him. That's a terrible ball though. Chezers has got it back. Over to Ella Kobe. He's lumped it up pitch. Camby doesn't win it, unfortunately. So Dorking are back on the ball. That is a better ball out wide this time. Weird touch. He's got away with it. And Jake Cole with the save. Good save there, Jake. Chelmsford are still drawing at the moment, which is good for us. I think Hemel Hempstead are as well, yeah. So we're all 0-0 currently. So we're nearly at the end of half-time. Hemel Hempstead have just conceded, though, just before half-time to St Albans. We, however, and Chelmsford, however, have all gone into half-time at 0-0. So that's a really dull first half, to be honest with you. I'm going to actually tell I'm not happy with that performance because I'm not. We've not really seen anything from the lads, to be totally honest. It's been a really drab first half. Let's get into that second half, though. As I say, Hemel Hempstead are losing, but they're not the team that we really care so much about losing. We want it to be Chelmsford, not Hemel Hempstead. I do believe if Chelmsford even lose today and we win, I think we actually do win the league today, which will be ridiculous to actually win it with 2 games to spare. I don't think that Chelmsford at home will drop points against Oxford City, though. Oxford City are quite poor. I know, obviously, we almost threw it away last game, but realistically, we should have been beating them a lot easier than what we did. But we managed to eventually get the win once Ibi Akambi decided to go clutch for us. It's a decent ball. Oh, unlucky there. It was a good ball up the pitch by Elikobi. He is quite good at doing that. He did that in last episode for Akambi to get that 3rd goal for his hat-trick. So he has done it a few times, got a few assists like that where he just lumps it up. It works very well with Jamie Thomas because Jamie Thomas often plays on the last man. Dorking. Oh, he's offside. That wasn't a bad left though from their play there. Okay. So, another highlight. It's been a lot more action-packed this second half than the first half already. Are we actually going to see a chance for us? Bucard on the ball. It's Andre. We've not really seen any clear-cut chances for us. The only one that we've seen is the one that Dorkin had a minute ago. Kinsella's ball in. Elikobi, he's off in a, yeah. As soon as that fell to Lewis Knight, he just kind of had a feeling he was offside then. I get the feeling this could end up being a 0-0 draw. I wonder if we go 4-4-2 and go for this game. I think we do, to be honest. Let's get Jamie on. I've changed Sam up to being a ball-winning midfielder. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to change for now. We've still got 20 minutes of the game left. Let's try and go for this a little bit more. Chelmsford are still drawing, which is massive for us. And Hemel Hempstead are still losing. It's a Dorking. Have scored. I didn't get the chance to say Dorking highlight. He just scored from the free kick. Right, we're going for this more then. We're going attacking. Okay. So currently, the table goes to 3 points between us and Chelmsford. The results stay as they are because Chelmsford are dropping points, but we are dropping all 3 points here. We are losing at home very poorly to Dorking. Deary me. To be fair, if it stays as it is, it's not the end of the world, to be honest, because we actually have the much better goal difference. I think we've got about 5 better goal difference than Chelmsford. So even if Chelmsford win like one of their next games and we don't again, our goal difference should hopefully keep us in front. It can be on the ball. That is dreadful. Right, who else can we bring on? I'm going to push both the wingers up. But I'm actually going to bring on Iffy Allen, I think. He hasn't had a game for ages, but let's give him a game here. I'm going to take off Seaman because he's knackered. See if we can go for this a bit more. Okay, it's just not creating anything. Very attack. Oh, hang on. There's a highlight here. I have just got us to go very attacking. I don't know if it's got it before or after this highlight, but let's see. Hoyt on the ball. Hemel Hempstead have just equalised, annoyingly, in the 88th minute. If we lose and they draw, it does keep them in the hunt, as I say. Jamie Thomas, he's onside. What a goal, Jamie Thomas. Completely out of nothing there. Very lucky goal. But a very important goal that could prove to be. I'm just going to drop us to just be attacking because I don't want us to push too much for this. Chelmsford still 0-0. Are we going to get a draw and go into the final 2 with 4 points as the gap? We may well have done. I didn't see a goal pop up for Chelmsford. We've got a draw. It's not brilliant, but it's better than a loss at the end of the day. I'm going to say unlucky. They didn't really care. What did Chelmsford do? Chelmsford drew in the end. Hemel Hempstead drew in, so we've all drawn, so the points stay as they are. Hemel Hempstead are out of the title race. There's still 7 points, only 2 games left, so they cannot catch us. Chelmsford are 4 points behind, 6 goals on goal difference, and there's only 2 matches left. Get in there. What a goal that could prove to be for Jamie Thomas. Right, let's get into this next game then against Braintree and see if we can actually get all 3 points this time. So guys, I've brought you straight into the Braintree Tactics screen here, ready for our next game. Ready for the game that could possibly seal up the title actually. I've made 2 slight changes. I brought in Ross Marshall for Lewis Knight. I've just decided to give Ross the game. And then I've also brought in Jamie Thomas after he scored and after Ibi Akambi didn't really do much. I've swapped them around and given Jamie the start here. Malazor is nearly fit and he is possibly able to come onto the bench and so on to play, but I decided to keep Iffy Allen on the bench. He got the assist in the last game and I don't really want to risk a Malazor if possible. I'd rather keep him fit for the last game of the season if we need to win in that game. So I've decided to go with that decision there. But let's get into the game then with Braintree and see how they line up. So if we submit the team then, guys, and we'll get into this match here. So Braintree going for a 4-3-3, a narrow 4-3-3 with 3 strikers. That'll be interesting. We haven't come up against that this season, and it is formally a tactic that always used to cause problems back in former Football Managers. So it's not, you don't come up against it quite so often this year. So I wonder how we'll get on. I said we were the favourites. They seem to gain confidence, which is good. So let's get into the game. So here we are. We're away at Braintree. So we're in our purple. Braintree in an orange and blue look for their kit. Chelmsford have got Dorking away. So they're playing off the team that we've just played only a few minutes ago. So hopefully Dorking can do us a favour and cause Chelmsford to drop some points. Of course, we are still 4 points clear currently. Depending on what happens here, if we win the game, we win the league. Simple as that. Doesn't matter what Chelmsford do. If we win the league. And Chelmsford have just conceded. And all my days, Jamie Thomas nearly scored there. But Dorking have got an early goal. I believe if Chelmsford win and we draw, then it still goes down to the final day. And obviously if we lose, and it's only 2 points, so it definitely goes to the final day. So essentially, as long as we don't drop points, we can then relax to the final game and talk about plans for next season. But if we don't win, then it's nervy time basically. And great start, brilliant. Thanks game. Why do I talk about anything? I should learn my lesson eventually. I'm sure I will one day, but oh god, I need to stop talking about anything, especially talking about future plans for the team. I mean, it's a brilliant goal. And I'm pretty sure that's their left back has just scored that, who is most likely going to be left-footed. Oh no, he's a right-footed left-back. Interesting. Like I say, that was a ridiculous shot on his right foot if he was actually left-footed. Chelmsford have scored, so this is going well. So currently, if results stay as they are, we have only 3 points in it, which means we will be going to the final day. And that first half was atrocious. Well done, lads. Well done. Oh, great. Okay, right. Team talk. Get aggressive at them. I had the option to do a team meeting before this in order to try and G up the lads to go for the win, but I refuse to do team meetings in Football Manager. I just find I always screw them up and make things 10 times worse, so I haven't done it. It's a decent ball in from Charlie Seaman there. That was unlucky. Chesers. Wishart. What a save by the goalkeeper. Deary me. It's worth noting, by the way, Braintree are in 20th. What a goal. Damn, Wishart. What a goal. That could be enormous, that goal. Fantastic. Currently, if results say as they are even, we win the league because Chelmsford are still dropping points. Get in there, Dan. I was about to say that Braintree are struggling down at the bottom and they are fighting against relegation. So they are going to be going for this in this game here. And for a moment, I thought Jake Cole just let that go in the back of the net. So even though they are down the bottom of the table, we can't write off Braintree at all. We really can't. Okay, I'm thinking I don't really know if I want to go to up top or not. I'm thinking Kinsella off for Iffy Allen again. I think we make that change again. That's all I'm going to do for the moment. I think if by 75 minutes we haven't scored, I'll bring Ibby on and we'll go 2 up top once again. And we'll see if it can help. Sam Corn's done well to beat his man. Come on, Sam. Get in the box. It's a good ball. Kinsella. Sam. Do something. Sam. Oh. God's sake, Sam. You just dwelled on it. Come on. I feel so nervous because if Chelsea score, we go to the final day. Right, Wishart's injured. We're going 4-4-2. Annoyingly though, I don't have another left winger, do I? How bad is the injury? Potential. Oh, it's a knee injury as well. I can't really risk that. Oh, or do I? Actually, I tell you what. We'll take Wishart off. I'm going to bring Ibby on and we'll put him as an inside forward on the left. Actually, no, we won't. We'll bring him on and we'll play him as a deep line forward like this here. I think that makes more sense. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to switch Corn over and play him as a Mazzala on the left here. I think that makes the most sense because because the Mazzala has more natural whip, so playing him like that will allow Sam to still kind of fill in the gaps left by it can be. So let's go for that. We'll go more attacking. Come on. I'm going to take off. Played that focus down the left though, but I am going to say overlap in the left. Come on. Dorking have scored. Dorking have scored. This could be. Come on. Come on. Are we just not going to see anything? I don't even know. I'm not even going to change anything. Just come on. I think we've done it, lads. I think we've won it. We've won it. We've won the league with a game to spare. Oh, Chelmsford have bottled it majorly. They've thrown away both their those last 2 games. I mean, we've played awfully in them as well, to be fair. We've drawn both, but we've won the league. I don't care. Oh, fantastic. Oh, it means I can actually relax for a game going into the last game of the season. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, get in there. Got out of the league in the first attempt at trying. That's always the thing when I've done previous saves, just personal ones with like Maidstone or teams in the National League North and South. You can get stuck in that league for blimmin' ages, and we've got out of it the first time of asking. Fantastic. Oh, so chuffed. Right, dressing room. I'm going to say congratulations. I don't care that we dropped points against third from bottom in the league. We got the job done. I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't matter if we lost anyway. Chelmsford blew it. Oh, Chelmsford, you silly boys. 2-1. Thank you very much, Dorking Wanderers. Oh, get in there. Get in there. God for that. Right, I'll see you in a few seconds then for our last game of the season against Tunbridge, and then we'll talk about our plans for next year. So here we are for the final game of the season, guys. The game that matters not a single bit, and I couldn't be happier for it. I've decided to go with a slightly rotated team, give some players a little run out here. I've decided to give Sam Booth a final send-off for us because he will not be coming back to the club after this game here. I'm playing Gavin Hoyt at right back. We have Knight, Elikobi and Chesers. And then we've got Sam at corner and Bucard, so the normal midfield 3. And then we've got Kinsella, Wishart and Thomas. I was very tempted to give Ibby the game here, but Thomas is 2 goals off 30 goals, and I wouldn't mind him actually hitting it. Even though it means we've got to pay him another bonus, I wouldn't mind seeing if he can actually hit 30 goals in the league. It would be really impressive if he can. So I decided to start him and see what he can do. We've also got Kamjo Malazul and Akambi on the bench, and Seaman and Marshall as well. So Malazul's going to get back on the bench, maybe get a few minutes at the end, see if we can see him for the final few minutes of the game. But let's get into the game then and see how Tunbridge line up in this local derby. So let's submit the team then, guys, and we'll see what Tunbridge are deciding to do against us here. So Tunbridge, when we last played them, did cause us to drop some points. They're going for 4-5-1. I can't remember if we drew or lost, but I know we definitely did drop points. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We've got the league sewn up now, so I don't really care. We could lose 5-0 for all I care. But even so, I'm just so pleased that we've got through. I'm going to send the assistant. I can't bother to do the tunnel interview. We're here in the amber and black, Tunbridge in the blue. Apparently it's almost a sellout for the game as well. About 4,000 tickets were sold because I guess where we've won the league, all the fans want to turn up. But it's a very good attendance for the club. And of course, as I said before, just at the end of the last game, I'll go through roughly what the plans are for this one. Because I say, I'll let the game kind of play out in the background. It doesn't really matter what happens. If we win, it'll be great. But it's not the end of the world if we don't. So obviously we've been promoted. That's been guaranteed. We've been given quite a hefty wage budget of £20,000 a week. We're currently spending about 9,500, 10,000. So basically we've been told we can have double that. And that was unlucky for Jamie Thomas. I've already planned to keep a few of the lads here already. The likes of Thomas and Wishart and Khan and Malazul, I think Elikobi, they've all been tied down to an extra year or 2 years in some cases. Wishart at the far post, get in there, Dan. So they're all definitely going to be staying. I've got to try and negotiate a contract with Jake Cole in net. I'm hoping to tie him down for another year at least. And I think Ross Marshall signed one. I'm not going to be signing up Lewis Knight, who's currently playing what will be his last game for us. He's on too much money for how good he is, so I'm going to let him go. I need to decide on Andre Bucard. And then there's a few other players in and around the team, the likes of Akambi, Kamjo, players like that. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with. That first half whizzed by. We 1-0 up. Let's go into the dressing room. I'm just going to tell them that I want to guard against complacency. Currently, no goals from Jamie Thomas. I'll have a go at him, see if we can get one for us. But, so the majority of the team is kind of set and who we're going to have. The likes of Seaman and Kinsella and Samet all have all their contracts running out, and obviously they're on loan with us. So I'm going to see if I can get them on a permanent deal. They may not want to join. We may not be able to get them, so I have to see. But hopefully we can do. And then I am going to look to strengthen the team quite considerably. I'm just going to make some changes because we're just whizzing through this game here. I'm going to take off Kinsella for a Malazor. Let's get him on. Let's bring on Cam, Joe, and let's bring on Seaman because it could be all their last games for the club. So let's get them all on. Well, no, it won't be our Malazor because he's definitely signed down, but the others definitely could be. But as I say, going to try and strengthen the team quite considerably for next season. Of course, when we come back for next episode, which will be in the Vanarama National League, I will go through all of our transfers and so on that we managed to pick up. But I'm just so chuffed. The fact I can go to this game and not care is just lovely. It's Jamie Thomas, unlucky. He doesn't know he's going to hit his 30, which, I mean, for the club, is probably a good thing because I think he was going to get about 5 or 6 grand if he hit it, but still, it's not too bad. He's definitely going to finish as top goal scorer, I believe. I think the closest to him is about 5 or 6 goals behind, and it was a Dartford striker. So he should be getting top goal scorer. He's offside there, is Jamie, I think. Is he not offside? Oh, I was convinced he was offside. But even so, he's had one hell of a season, and I'm so pleased that he's tied down to another year. He has got a release clause of about... it's Charlie Seaman. That was dreadful. As I say, he has got a release clause. I think it's about $250,000, so about 250, 275 grand. So a bigger club could come in for him, and currently he doesn't want to negotiate a renegotiated contract, basically. So I don't think we're going to be able to get that out of his contract. It's unlucky for Sam Beef, he almost got there. So hopefully no big teams come and snap him up. I mean, if they do, it's a lot of money for a club of our size, so we could probably reinvest that elsewhere. We'll have to see. We have also just had our youth intake, and it was dreadful. So I'm not going to bother showing you the youth intake players because they were horrendous. But we finished the game, another 1-1. So all 3 games this episode have all finished as a draw. Really a bit of a pathetic way to end our title-winning campaign. I mean, 3 draws on the bounce, but it was what we needed. We got the job done in advance, and I'm just so pleased with it. Chelmsford did win, so it is quite lucky, really, that we didn't lose any of those previous games, because that could have been really nervy going into those. But we've got it done. We've got the league settled, and I am so pleased about that. Just before we finish up, though, for this season, I thought we'd just have a quick look at our squad and just have a quick look at some of the best performers and so on before we end off the episode here. So if I just have a quick look and sort it by the average rating, we can see that without any shadow of a doubt, Jamie Thomas, best performer of the season. That wasn't a surprise at all for us. Andre Boucard is up there in second, and I think kind of the more I think about it, I will look to tie him down to at least another year. At the moment, he's expiring, as I said a few minutes ago, he's expiring at the end of this season. And the reason I was a little bit hesitant is he's asking for quite a bit of money. And where he's 35, I'm not sure if I necessarily want to give him that. So if I can negotiate it down a little bit, I will try and tie him down for another year. If needs be, I will just have to bring in someone else. I imagine for what he was asking about £700 or £800 a week. I imagine for that kind of money, I could probably get someone as good, if not better. So if needs be, I will have a look on the transfer market to see if there's anyone better available. And then you've got a Malazor who's been class. Other than that horrendous, or that upsetting, I guess not horrendous, that upsetting penalty miss against Morecambe in the FA Cup, he has been really good for us. Very consistent player. 7.12 average, 17 goals and 12 assists. He's really been very good for us. We've also had, not as great as an average rating, but Dan Wishart, towards the end of the season especially, when Malazor kind of dried up, Wishart kind of came good for us and got a few goals with those 13 goals and 10 assists in all competitions. So that was all very good. And then also Saidu Khan kind of produced a few goals and assists from midfield as well, which was very helpful. So overall, it's been quite a good team performance. Although the vast majority of the goals have come from Jamie, they have actually been well spread out elsewhere. So that has been quite nice. So we haven't just had to rely entirely on Jamie's goals. So even when he hasn't scored, other players have chipped in. Obviously, next season in the Vanarama National, it will be an entirely different challenge. Much stronger teams. I mean, especially towards the top of that end of that table, there are some very tough sides in there. I'll be honest, I will be expecting us to be kind of down towards the bottom of the table. Definitely only bottom half. I'll be amazed if we can get above that. But obviously, depending on who we bring in over the transfer window, we may be able to push up a little bit higher. But I wouldn't go in expecting us to get consecutive promotions. That I highly doubt we'll be able to do that next year. Maybe have a season of consolidation and then look for promotion the following year. But overall, very pleased with how this season's gone. Really looking forward to the next episode where we'll be in the Vanarama National. So guys, I think that just about wraps up both this episode for us and this season for Maidstone United. I mean, I know those 3 games were quite poor performances with 3 1-1 draws on the bounce there, but at the end of the day, we got what we needed. We've won the league, we're into the Vanarama National League, and I'm very, very excited. I mean, to be honest, the end of season form was actually quite poor. I think we haven't had a clean sheet in our last 5 or 6 games, and we've only won 2 of the last 6 as well. So we've tried our best to almost throw it away, but Chelmsford tried even harder and managed to do an even better job of throwing it out the window. So we did probably get quite lucky there, but at the end of the day, we've got that league title sewn up. Vanarama National, here we come. If you've enjoyed the episode, guys, please do leave a like on it. If you're looking forward to seeing more and you want to see more of the series, do subscribe to the channel and let me know down in the comment section how you're feeling about those 3 games that we played and if you're looking forward to the Vanarama National next season. Also, if you have any ideas for transfers even, do let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks very much for watching, guys. See you next season.